Today, the XFL storms into the Pacific Northwest, in a place that knows a little something about winning football.
We on a mission, dog. Fight down on 3. Let's go.
Two teams who have turned the page on week 1.
Seattle Dragons.
Run this. Run this.
Determined to get their franchise that first dub.
No better feeling than getting the first one under your belt.
What a play.
It's the XFL, baby. Let's go.
No excuses, no shortcuts. Just trust your brothers and get the job done.
We're going crazy today.
Because if you really want to make a name for yourself in this league, you better strap up, lock in, and always keep your head on a swivel, baby.
Big hit.
More exciting football at the most exciting time.
Week 2 is here. Who's going to show out today? It's the Dragons and the Vipers, right now on Fox.
To finish it off, we got to be a team that plays smart and has poise in the noise today, and we got to do it how? We got to do it together.
Trust each other, all right? And we'll come out with a victory, all right? Hey, let's go out and beat them. Come on, let's go out and beat these Vipers. Come on in, come on in.
Zorn was the first quarterback of a professional football team in Seattle. Now he's the head coach of the newest football team in Seattle as the hometown Dragons open up in front of what is expected to be 30,000 fans hosting the Tampa Bay Vipers here in week 2 of the XFL on Fox. Now, Zorn is a Seattle football legend. There will be many throughout the contest who are here inside the stadium, including Steve Largent, the Hall of Famer, who will light the cauldron to get the Dragon fans fired up. While he does that, we welcome you here to week 2 of the XFL on Fox. He's waiting for the signal from his quarterback, I think.
Every home game, we will light the Dragons' cauldron. This eternal flame will burn bright each game in honor of you, our fans. Today we start this tradition with a special guest who has been an area legend since arriving in Seattle from the University of Tulsa back in 1976. A 7-time Pro Bowl wide receiver who held every major NFL receiving record upon his retirement in 1989. His number was retired by the Seahawks in 1992. He was inducted into the Pro Football Hall of Fame in 1995. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome number 80, Steve Largent.
Worth the wait.
That's right.
Welcome to the broadcast booth. Kurt Menefee alongside Joel Platt. Brock Hewitt is down on the sideline. He'll be with us in just a second. And you can feel the excitement here, not only because of the cauldron lighting, but really all over. The buzz has been huge after the opening weekend last week for the XFL.
I thought it was threefold, really. It was the excitement of the fans, both at home on television and in these venues. You can feel it. I thought it was also the reception of these innovations as well as the tweaks to the rules. Widely praised and rightly so. And then ultimately, Kurt, it had to be about the football, and the football showed up. A couple of the leaders from week 1. Matt Jones was the leading rusher in the XFL, 85 yards for St. Louis. We had P.J. Walker down in Houston. He was sensational. 4 touchdown passes to 4 different players. Dan Williams, who we'll see in this game, 123 yards receiving, as well as Austin Prohl, who we'll have in this game. 2 receptions for touchdowns last week. I thought the play on the field was tremendous, and that's what ultimately is going to carry this league through.
One of the guys that you did not mention who was a star last week, the quarterback who threw those 2 touchdown passes for the Seattle Dragons. You take a look at Brandon Silvers, actually threw 3 in that game.
Brandon Silvers is a really good player. I can't wait to watch him play. He actually had a really good game against DC last week, but it was a defensive score, or excuse me, a special team score they gave up, as well as a pick 6 that ultimately did them in. If they clean those things up, this is a very good team led by their quarterback, Brandon Silvers. On the other side, Tampa Bay, they'll be going with a new quarterback here in week 2. Aaron Murray, who was their opening day starter last week in New York, he's down with an injury, so it's Taylor Cornelius, who had 13 career starts at Oklahoma Oklahoma State. He's 6'6", big frame. He can really spin it. I expect Tampa's offense to be much better than the version we saw last week when they only scored 3 points against the Guardians.
All right, 2 quarterbacks you just talked about. I've got a quarterback beside me, and there are 2 more standing down there. Brock Heward with the Seattle Seahawks, first quarterback ever, now the coach of the Seattle Dragons, Jim Zorn.